I'm a scat man. Hi, I'm Nick.
And I'm Miles.
And this is Chris the Screen. No, we're using this intro. And this is Chris the Screenplay Fish, aka today Catfish Everdeen.
Oh, nice. That's the
Named-
Hunger Games.
It is?
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, that's the thing that they do.
We should do that.
Yeah. I will
I-
be your tribute, or whatever. Named by Zane. If you want to name this fish, use the hashtag in the comments below with the hashtag named.fish and suggest a name. But here, we're not, like the rest of our episodes, going to talk about naming fish. Today we're talking about the fact that can anything stop Fortnite? That's what I want to know. It is the biggest thing in the world right now. I know that everyone keeps talking about Fortnite. I know that Fortnite keeps coming up. We're sick of talking about Fortnite. We're bored of it. We don't want to talk about Fortnite anymore. I want to talk about other things like the fish. But we can't. Legally, we have to talk about Fortnite. And that's because it is friggin' enormous. We've got 45 million players, 3 million concurrent users. The cultural relevance, I think, yeah. Okay, let me take it back. If we want to talk about what can be stopping Fortnite, I think we need to establish first why Fortnite is so huge at the moment. Like what it is that needs to be topped. So we've got 45 million players, 3 million concurrent users. Everyone in the world knows what Fortnite is.
Which is a joke.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Because it has passed that sort of, it's past that threshold of people in the video game industry know what it is to just normal human beings who have never touched a game. Civilians is like we like to call them, scumbags. They know what it is. It's on the news. It's got that cultural relevance, and I think that that's the biggest thing about it.
I've had numerous reports of people, civilians,
Scumbags.
particularly kids,
Scumbags.
who are talking about Fortnite, who know all about Fortnite, know all about the weapons and skins and people who play Fortnite, who have never played the game themselves.
Yeah.
Not even the free mobile iteration that is now available. Like, we're talking, this is when it was pre-mobile. Like, they know everything about it.
Yeah.
They've never even touched it.
And so this is also, you know, it's like Minecraft. It's like, I would say World of Warcraft, Pokemon Go, where you could say to your parents or something who have no idea about video games, hey, have you heard of this? And they go, yeah, you know, I think I've seen that in the news or something.
And interesting, they'll know what you're talking about, but they won't have some crazy negative sort of relationship to it. So it's like
That's
Pokemon
very
Go
true.
was kids walking into traffic, and World of Warcraft was about like letting your baby die of starvation because you're so focused on the game.
Or less dark, pooping in a sock.
What?
They had poop socks. That's what people used to do, so they didn't have to go to the bathroom.
Oh
You just poop in a sock.
My God!
No, but you're right. It's not. Even though it's a shooter, it's not particularly violent, and it's not obscene, sexist, that sort of thing. It's nice that a video game is in the news, and it's not GTA hot coffee incidents. It's not like, oh, kids are killing hookers and, you know, taking drugs or whatever. It's like, I think you said earlier, the worst thing that people have to say about it is that it's being played too much.
Too much in the wrong places. That's particularly in schools in America, because when on the mobile, you really have to do something about those kids in class literally just like, where are we dropping, boys? And it's like, this is an exam.
And then on top of that, the other thing that's making it huge at the moment, obviously, is the money. It's making an insane amount of money. I'm just going to throw some numbers at you and just like prepare your body for this. Fortnite, the mobile version, is the most downloaded game on the App Store and the top grossing app. Not just game, app. So it's beating Netflix, Pandora, Tinder, YouTube. Battlegrounds, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds made $103 million in revenue in February, which is a crazy amount of money for a game that
Is that just February?
dead. Yeah, just February, $103 million. But Fortnite made 126, so it surpassed Battlegrounds in monthly revenue for the first time. And, you know, obviously that's all off microtransactions. In the last 7 days in the United States, Pokemon Go made $2.7 million. Clash of Clans made $4.1 million. Candy Crush Saga made $5.8 million. Fortnite made $6.4 million in 7 days. The daily mobile player spending worldwide, as of the beginning of this month, was just a fraction under $2 million a day.
That's unbelievable.
Which is ridiculous.
One thing, I mean, having heard these stats now twice from you,
Yeah.
Candy Crush is still doing really well.
Yeah,
And considering the like unstoppable wave of success and popularity that Fortnite is having, Candy Crush is still making what?
Candy Crush is making $5.8 million a week, pretty much. It's because all those people on buses. Old people on buses love Candy Crush.
Silent killer, Candy Crush, still raking it in.
It's very true. And so, you know, everyone's playing Fortnite, everyone's spending money on Fortnite, and the big conversation at the moment seems to be, it's a fad.
Is it a fad? Because I thought it was a fad to begin with, and now it's become so out of control, and it's so outlandish. And the very fact that Ninja's now making $1 million a month from Twitch playing Fortnite, which is pretty ridiculous. And it is, again, I don't know what is ever going to stop it. Is it going to stop itself? Not really. Fortnite is making so much money per day. The staff now is what, like, there's 200 devs, you said? Or?
No, Epic have 700 people working for the company, and according to them, the majority of them are working on Fortnite.
They're never going to stop.
Yeah.
And unless something cataclysmic happens in the gaming industry, be that like a meteor shower or Godzilla, the games aren't going to run out of steam. Like they're going to keep going and producing content, and as long as it remains culturally relevant, I don't see it going anywhere.
People are like, oh, everyone's going to put a Battle Royale mode into their game and it's going to become this saturated genre. There's lots of comparisons to MOBAs and MMOs and these genres of games where it's like, oh yeah, they got really popular. Everyone tried to make one. A couple lasted and we moved on to the next thing. I think that Fortnite is the game that lasts. Fortnite is the World of Warcraft of, MMOs. This is the one where you go, it's hit the point where it distilled the great things about the Battle Royale genre down into the most digestible, accessible format. It's got this huge company that can support it and update and iterate. It's solid as a rock in terms of like, it's not buggy, it just runs. Yeah. The gameplay's really fun. And you go, this is just the game, the Battle Royale game that lasts forever now.
You're right. Whatever comes out after this is going to be meek by comparison. PUB came out first, it did fine, but it did get completely overtaken by the Fortnite. But whatever comes after this, the Divisions, there's something coming out with like 400 players. It's going to be nothing. It's going to be the Maze Runner to the Hunger Games. It's going to be the Aragon to the Lord of the Rings. There's always that big one that comes out and everyone's like, oh, I know, I've got my fantasy movie, here it is. And they make it and it comes out like 2 weeks afterwards.
Why is Aragon sitting in there just ready to go?
It just came in.
The only thing I think that can stop Fortnite, that can top it, is we come up with a new genre of game and it becomes the new hotness. I think that Battle Royale is done.
But it won't be done.
Sorry, not done.
Oh, it's been perfected.
Yeah, it's been perfected.
We've reached the zenith of capability in the Battle Royale format, and we have to just let it go. There has to be a gaming renaissance where something changes. It's not going to be VR. It's sure as shit not going to be a driving game.
Yeah.
Could be a card game.
Shooters have been around forever in video games. And even though people go, oh, we're sick of playing shooters and we're sick of all these companies putting out shooters, everyone still buys them. They still get played. Like, every year, it's just shooters everywhere in different forms. And this has taken all the great things about a shooter, refined it into this tense nightmare horror scenario where you're stressed out all the time. The highs are high, the lows are low. That this is just a new genre that now sticks. It's improved the shooter, I think. This
is the evolution of the shooter.
And it's not just Fortnite, it's the Battle Royale concept.
Yeah. But if you don't get the fundamentals right, it's not going to be a good game. What can kill Fortnite? It's not going to be a better Fortnite.
No.
It's not going to be Fortnite 2. It is going to have to be something seriously different.
And I think it's because it's not that you can't make a better one, it's just the cultural relevance, the cachet it has, just the name recognition of what's going on. Yeah, the ninjas of the world, this will blow over. Like, he won't always be making this amount of money for the rest of his life. There'll be other streamers that come along that blow up and do other things with other rappers, and we all get excited about it. But I think as a game, you cannot argue about the fact that it's here, it's done. We need to stop the argument of like, it's a fad and move on and go, okay, well, if you don't want Battle Royales, we've got to come up with a new genre. What do you want?
There is a cultural phenomenon around that Battle Royale thing that has come off the back of this massive success of teen adult novels, young adult novels like The Hunger Games, The Maze Runners.
Yeah, right. Okay.
And all the
I thought you were going to say Twilight. I was like, I don't
Twilight was a famous Battle Royale story, but that kind of like 1 versus X story is completely created by you. The generation of players now who are absolutely lapping this shit up have all grown up watching those series.
That's true.
Or reading those series.
That's true.
Or having a sibling read those series, because I frankly don't give a about either of those film franchises, but I do love
Aragon.
Aragon.
We're getting a lot of waves off screen. James, do you love Aragon?
I love Aragon.
You love Aragon.
Hey James, that's the door right there, brother.
All right, shut up, James. I asked you guys about whether or not you think Fortnite is a good thing for the games industry, and here is your screenSAY. First up, Zero Dan Smith says, I think it's good we go through waves where particular games or genres become super popular, and then it brings a whole bunch of new people to gaming. It also rewards developers for thinking outside the box with types of games rather than sticking with a particular well-worn method.
Interesting.
Even though Fortnite famously copied a different game.
That's the thing.
That was running on
They tried nothing new. They were just like, that looks good. We'll have it.
Up next, at Poodley Cross says, now they're going to ruin every new or old game series by adding Battle Royale to keep in sync with their 12 demographic. I think it's 12-year-old demographic? Yeah.
Which aligns with my theory of the kids who just
the
love
kids who
the
read
Hunger
Aragon.
Game.
Yeah, it aligns with the bullshit.
No, not Aragon. No.
James books. Next, we know Dark Souls 4 will have loot boxes and a Battle Royale mode. I play a Battle Royale mode in Dark Souls. That'd be fun.
How furious would that be?
Terrible.
Like
so awful.
rage.
At Zell34 says, in the long run, it'll likely be good as it brings new people into the hobby and bridges the gaps of some generations, albeit it does bring gaming into the harsh spotlight of common media, which it survived many a time before. Common media.
I like the idea of bridging the gap because, let's face it, Fortnite attracts players of all ages.
That's very true.
It really does, and very few games do that. You know, Call of Duty doesn't necessarily get like some older types of gamers. Younger kids aren't even allowed to play it because of the violence and the graphics.
It creates controversy with younger kids.
Yeah,
Minecraft being the opposite. Minecraft, Roblox, these sort of like popular kids games don't necessarily attract the volume of audience of adult gamers. Yeah, you're right. This is going across everyone. They've also nailed the free-to-play model, by the way.
Yeah.
They just like no loot boxes. Get what you like. You want a skin, you buy that skin. But the game is truly free to play. Even though there's all the Poker Machine hook-ins of like, I really want that like Raven skin, which I think I'll buy after this. And then finally, Angry Eyebrow says it's Pokemon Go without all the nice walks. I think that's accurate.
It's fairly accurate.
But now it's on phone, so you could go for a walk as well.
Yeah,
don't get killed in a park like everyone who played Pokemon Go did.
I came this close. Ooh.
Did you?
No.
What do you guys think about the Battle Royale genre? Are we done? Is there more to mine here? Is Fortnite where it tops out? Is it time to move on to a new genre? And if so, what genre could possibly be the next big thing? Let us know in the comments while you're there. Name that fish. Use the hashtag name that fish. We are done!
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe in that order. Unless you want to comment, like, and then subscribe, in which case, do your thing.
Okay, so you just ignore what Miles said and do whatever you want. If you want to do other things, there's a video here and here for you to watch. They're good. You can like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, comment, like, whatever you want in any order.
You see?